This WAFL Colts broadcast is brought to you by Electrical Group Training. Considering a career as an electrician, visit egt.net.au to start your journey. Amy, when the bounce serves you a clanger, lucky you're with Amy. And Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes.
And welcome here to HIF Arena. This is the second game of this super round of Colts footy. It sees East Fremantle versus Subiaco, and what a fantastic game we just saw, and great commentary there by Jordan. A fantastic game, East Perth and also Swan Districts. East Perth being victorious with that by 3 points, coming from behind all day. Similar result with the league side, but East Perth victorious there 12-6 to Swans 11-9 by 3 points. My name's Cam Robbins. Thanks for your company. This EGT, bright lights, excellent competition on this WAFL footy. This is the super round here. We've already had a couple of games. As I said, East Perth won, and yesterday Claremont also defeated Peel. Seen the warm-ups there by those respected players, and been a former recruiter for Hawthorn for over 10 years, back in 2006 to 16. These super rounds are actually accommodating the needs of all the AFL recruiters there, so big shout out to them. They'll be watching this live, and also they'll be doing very snippets of the highlights to see any prospective players coming through the competition. Last week, East Fremantle 13-12, 90 defeated Peel 5-11-51 by 39 points. And Subiaco lost to East Perth. East Perth now winning 2 games, 8-11-59 to Subiaco 6-5-41 by 18 points. And the final game after this sees South Fremantle versus Perth, and that'll be on at 2:15. As I said, this is a part of the Super Colts round 2 of the EGT Colts competition. A big shout out to the Electrical Group Training for their fantastic sponsorship to WAFL, as the respective players are going to the bench here and having all the setups here. And probably for mine, I think East Fremantle, they have been strong in the juniors since I played way back in the late 80s. East Fremantle with such a very good recruiting zone. They've always been good in the futures. They've always been good in the Colts as well, and they've produced so many players in the Colts who end up graduating through the WAFL system to the league side and East Fremantle. And I hope you enjoyed the game yesterday. East Fremantle and Subiaco. East Fremantle victorious here by 3 points. But these Colts, this is the future of all the clubs here. This is what they're all about. They put a lot of time and effort in the development of both your futures, who then graduate onto the Colts competitions here. And looking forward to this game of footy. Conditions here at HIF Arena at Junior Love, absolutely sensational. Sun shining, probably going to get to about 26, 27 degrees. Not much of a breeze. If anything, it's going to the right of the screen. And for mine, I think in a close one, I think East Fremantle will be too strong here. And the shake of the hands goes to the respective players here. And look like Powdery doing the ruck work versus Campbell Bishop there for Subiaco. About to commence proceedings here in this clash between the Sharks and the Lions. Umpire throws a footy up. Powdery wins it. Falls in the feet of the Subiaco player, then Lally. He switched the handball out. He found Morgan. Morgan switched on the right side of his body. Below his knees, okay, was Peraro. He throws a ball on his right foot. Still going to stay in play. Could be a lively start here by the lines. A little check side banana. Bang, bang. Thank you very much. It's only taken 10 or 15 seconds. And the Lions, would you believe, had the first on the board. Peraro, very good on the outside of his body. Kicked away, it might be Hinchcliffe there. He kicked the first goal for the Lions, but fantastic start by them. Start they wanted. The Sharks didn't want it. They'd taken 45 seconds on the dial, but the Lions, that's Subiaco, they have the first on the board in this round 2 clash between East Fremantle and also Subiaco. It's by Fawcett actually for the Lions. Number 16. Those long curly locks of hair. So the umpire going to throw the pill up again in the middle of the HIF arena, the EGT Colts competition here. Well roped again by Subiaco, by Morgan. That's his centre clearances. Kicks the ball to the right half forward flank. Foot race going here, one of those Borlinson. Well done by the Sharks and navigate their way back with the chant of handballs. They hug the Barringer line. Little chiselling kicks effective. And the ball at the defensive 50 of the ground here. East Fremantle just settling a little bit. They pull the trigger. They open up the centre of the ground. A risky kick, but it's going to come up by hands. This is better by the Sharks. They open up the corridor. They go to the left half forward flank. The kick's a good one and falls in the hand of Marcus Mocken. Little left to the screen kick. He finds his teammate. It's Bassage. He decides to play. No one on the marks. He chips the ball down the line, but well done, Subiaco in the hole. And Riley Hay takes a good defensive mark in the back pocket. He can go laterally with a kick. He does. And finds his teammate tucked in the back pocket. That's Clifford, Harrison Clifford. Good penetrating kick by him with a distance. Just maintaining possession well. The Lions, it's O'Donnell. To Archie O'Donnell using that thumping left foot kick. Good distance with the kick. Subiaco player was good. Should have used his left hand but used his right. And chain of handball's okay. He found O'Brien. O'Brien likewise over to Data. He's over around the footy here. How's he going to pick it up to the guy who kicked the first goal on Lally? Numbers back here for the Sharks. Handball's okay by Scott. He had no one to kick to, so he called the 1-2 back. Good play by Scott. Handball to Singleton. The Sharks are out here. Handball down the line. Good hard running by them. Good play East Fremantle here. They kick the ball to the left half forward flank. To a relayed free kick. And Oromorod has the ball in the left half forward flank here for the Sharks. He's going to draw the play over the top. Excellent run and carry here by the Sharks. Outside 50. Long penetrating kick. And touch right on the line. Excellent effort by Harrison Clifford. It's going to be a certain goal. A touch on the line here by the Lions. And they saved a certain goal, did Clifford. So the Lions have it. Deep in their back pocket by Benji Beck. A little risky kick. Thumping Spall over the top was effective by Wood. He goes back in the corridor here. Chain of handballs here. A little check side wobbling kick off the end. Probably had a bit more time than he did as that Shark player. And a minor score then here to the Sharks. They are 2 points. Subiaco are 1 straight 6. We've gone about 4 minutes of this first quarter. This super round clash between Subiaco and East Fremantle. The Lions, risky kick, pull the trigger up the centre half back, but good defensive mark. He started well as Musker. Good defensive spoil though by the Sharks. There was excellent effort by Wood. They go back rather than forward. As non-preferred was Nathan. He finds his teammate. Chips the ball down the line. Good hard running once again by Wood. He started this game extremely well. He says, I'm going to have a ping for goals here. Why wouldn't he? He's in pretty red hot form at the moment as Wood. Would have got a few possessions to his name at the moment. So Tate Abbott pass to Wood. Wood has the opportunity here to convert here for the Sharks. Benny Wood goes down that arc, gets a bit of distance with a kick with a delivery. It's going to be short. Oh, good strong set of jukes out the back. And that is a highlight, a goal of the day. Just a very good mark by Oscar Richardson. Just a big body player, good timing. And this should be A lay down Mazee here for Oscar Richardson. About 10 metres out, not much of an angle. It's just getting his memento here. Oscar Richardson right behind. Oh, he's hit the post. Commentator's curse. Sorry to Oscar. Sorry to the Sharks. They've kicked 3 points. Subiaco have kicked 1 straight 6. 19 to go in this first quarter. Cam Robbins is my name. Hope you're enjoying this live coverage here in the HIF Arena. Ordinary kick by Subiaco, but the Sharks player missed it. Hinchcliffe was good below his knees. Handles over the top to Pat. Takes a bounce over the top there to Muscat. He's over around the footy. Pickup was sensational by Didasa. He found Hay and Subiaco down the line here. And good defensive mark. Sharks players claimed that the mark wasn't there. Now he's a bit of trouble here. Defensive pressure by Fawcett was okay. But the Sharks out of danger here. They can chisel the ball up the corridor. Risky kick, missed the target. They've got to be spot on and they're not. Just falling over his own foot. It's Benji Beck for Subiaco. Oh, had to go back rather than forward. Risky handball. The Sharks. Handball's effective. Found the teammate by hands as Artemis on the left. Trying to find his teammate. Well done by Subiaco. Mopping up cleverly. And the handball's good by Baker. And they're out and about here to Reed Foot. Reed Foot tucked deep in a pocket. Foot's pulled it left to the corner of the square. Good disciplined kick by him. But the kick's been given away here by Ben Wood, and the Subiaco player can relieve the pressure. Oh, risky kick. He's done an apple turnover. Absolute Barry Crocker of the kick there. And Ormerod, that's Kai Ormerod, has his opportunity to capitalise on a shocking turnover by the Lions. I would not like to see that on the replay reel then. So Ormerod, Kai, the big clunking key forward for the Sharks. Can he convert here? As we see, there's no breeze to talk about. Those trees are dead fair dinkum still here. Leans back on this. Let's pull that again there. Bit of risky kick again. I think it's just stayed in place. Hit the behind post, so no score at all. Geez, the Sharks wasted opportunity early in this first quarter. They're 3 points. The Lions are 1 straight 6. Just under 8 minutes to go into this first quarter. This EGT Colts Super Round. The Sharks versus the Lions. Oh, hit the ball. Caught one high as the Sharks player. Umpire's in a fantastic position here. He saw it. And they aren't going to put the mocker on the Sharks player here. I've already done that. Poor old Oscar Richardson missed this one, so I aren't going to say anything. Give this opportunity for the young lad to have a shot at goals here. 25 metres out, directly in front. This could be the Sharks' first goal, and he's missed that once again. So, wasted opportunities here for the Sharks. The Lions get a bit of run and carry that far distance here to HIF Arena. They go long down the line. Good, strong set of jukes. There's Bishop, the ruckman. He pulls the trigger in the corridor. Dropping an easy mark was Baron Hay. And the Sharks can mop up by hands. Didn't panic. Got the 1-2. They can go laterally the kick. It's effective, hard running break then by Foot. And he goes by Foot and finds his teammate. He can chip the ball down the line. Oh, turnover again. Beautiful defensive spoil by Subiaco. Through traffic, got the 1-2. Might be a throw, that certainly is. Umpire didn't see, he's blindsided. Boothie has the footy. Got to keep your feet, the players, but they didn't. Finlay Yo, beautiful kick. And mark once again by Reed Foot. Finlay Yo already off the chain, he's had 5. Reed Foot's had a couple. It's about 35 metres out. Bit of an angle here. Can the Sharks bring up their first? They're peppering out the goals at the moment. So it's Reed Foot. They look pretty ordinary off the foot. And another minus score to the Sharks. They are 5 points. Lions are 1 straight 6. So Subi have the footy there through Riley Hay. He finds his teammate. This next kick's critical. Finds his teammate. Who's going to play on was Didata. Over the top there, Perari. He goes defensively down the wing here. Sharks have the weight of numbers 3 or 4 of those. Good defensive tackle by Subiaco through Thatcher Simmons. Held to him, no prior. And the field umpire says, give the ball to me for a ball up. Good ruck work by both of the lads here. One of those was Subiaco, was Bishop. Rove though by the Sharks. They kick the ball, open it up here to just short of centre half forward here. No one nearing, so the Sharks pull the trigger to the left half forward flank. Dropping a mark in the end was Wood. Good defensive pressure by Subiaco by Hay. He kept the ball in play. Fantastic play, that young fella. And pinpoint his teammate. And the Lions added danger with a long penetrating kick. And a good mark here by Hands is excellent by Sam O'Brien. Subiaco on the march down that left half forward flank here. Defensive score is okay. Ham was even better. Subiaco, little check side kick by Lally. And probably had a bit more time than he did then. But register a minor score there for Subiaco. They are 1-1-7. Sharks are 5 points. 2 scoring shots to 5, but the Lions a bit more accurate. In the Super Round 2 clash, after this is the Bulldogs versus the Demons. Good kick by the Sharks. Going a bit of distance with a kick. Got to be accurate out in that defensive 50 area. East Fremantle, they go lateral with a kick. It's effective. Bit of wax on, wax off at the moment here by the Sharks. Little distance with the kick. Oh, dropped to Soda, then was Abbott. Defensive ball by Subiaco. Had it for he spin it. Pleading for a free kick. The kick wasn't there. A few little errors creeping into this game, this early stages of this first quarter. Dylan Young with that peroxide blonde hair right in front of us. Bishop doing the ruck work. He found his teammate. Defensive tackle then by Ferrari was effective. Held up to him, and any defensive tackle in the forward 50 by the Subiaco forwards, the coach will be pretty happy with that. Sometimes just counting the players around the contest here. Powdery versus Bishop. This is better by the Sharks. Good hard running here. Takes the game on as Scott can take 2 bounce, can take another one. No one's going near him. Jaws the player over the line with a pretty ordinary handball in the end. Set him up to fail, but well done by foot. He's tackled clever by Subiaco and O'Brien. And O'Brien decides to do the switcheroo. And he finds Robson. He goes straight up to centre half forward here. Try to find the play, kick the first goal there at 4 set. The Lions, that left foot kick down to the forward pocket here. Good through traffic, hadn't lost it. The Subiaco player didn't have it. The umpire's right on the ball that he saw it. And the Lions here have an opportunity to have a go for goals. It might be Thatcher Simmons. That left knee very heavily bandaged, but good effort by him. Can he convert this kick? We are at HIF Arena in Joondalup, part of the EGT Colts Super Round 2. Thatcher Simmons leans back on the kick. It is gun barrel straight. The Lions at Subiaco. They now have 2. At the moment, Fremantle just been a little bit fancy with their ball work during the corridor, and unfortunately, if you miss the target, you put your teammate under pressure, and Subiaco swarm like a pack of lions around the opposition ball. They've caused a couple of turnovers, which has resulted in a couple of goals. So, scoreboard right in front of us, just under 10 minutes to go, 2-1-13 are Subiaco. Sharks are 5 points. My name's Cam Robbins. Thanks for your company on this excellent Sunday coming up afternoon in Perth here. 12th of April, temperature about 26, 27 degrees in the best part of the world, Perth, Western Australia. Hope you're enjoying this company here. It's Powdery doing the ruck work against Bishop. Bishop tries to get his second effort. go through the contest to Subiaco. Attack the half-forward flank beautifully, trapped then by Fawcett, but the smother was even better by Tate Abbott. But unfortunately, the sling is going to go back, and Fawcett's kick. He uses the corridor, finds Benji Beck. It's Benji Beck, little chiseler down the line, and teammate in the right space is Dylan Young with that peroxide blonde hair. So what can the young master do? 40 metres out. He also lowers his eyes and tries to find his teammate. That's Fawcett. And inside the arc there, so it'll be a boundary line throw and it won't be a sling ball coming out. So field umpire, so the boundary umpire is going to throw the ball in. Fawcett doing the ruck with the forward 50. Good effort by him. Handball's good by the Sharks. That's excellent. The run and the carry by them. This is the kick. It's a wobbler again. This delivery has been ordinary. Good hard running through the contours. Artemis, he's been wrapped up in an excellent defensive tackle. Might have copped him one high, or holding the ball. I think it's copped one high. It's the first call from the umpire. Unlucky by Musker. Umpire's in the correct position here, and the call was correct. Copped him one high. And he goes to the right, half-forward flank. Oh, good strong mark. Krupa was good. He found his teammate. Harrison Clifford has been pretty effective down the defensive park of the ground. And he is a very good kick of the footy. This time he goes by handball to Thatcher Simmons, who kicked the goal earlier on in this quarter. Down the line, oh, roving front and centre. Clever goal there to the peroxide man, Dylan Young. And Dylan Young, the old classic front and centre roving by the young fella from Subiaco. And the Lions, would you believe, they've got 3 on the board, 3-1-19. The Sharks are 5 points, and as we said last week, Subiaco lost by 18 points to East Perth. Conversely, the Sharks were victorious over the Thunder by 39 points, and they kicked 13 goals last week. 13 goals compared to where they are at the moment is a long way away. 7:13 to go in this first quarter, and the Lions, look very much switched on here. So Evelo in the ruck work now. He wins this decisively, but the Sharks have the numbers around the ball. Might be a sling tackle then, or holding the foot. It's the ladder. So Subiaco, they're up for the challenge here. They're attacking the ball with vigour. It's a big ruckman. Big Ben Evelo. Jeez, it's a good distance kick. Smashed it about 55, 60 metres. At the back of the pack there is Males. They've got a bit of a defensive spoil there, and Corbin Borlison gave him one to go on with. Didn't worry the big fella in Males. That's Big Oscar. So I'm just going for the ball, son. Nothing in that. Said the boundary umpire. Going to throw the ball in. 3-1-19 to 5 points. Good effort by Powdery. Tried to knock the ball down to the foot of his fleet-footed midfielder in Gatti. And ball going nowhere. And umpire give the ball to me, the ball up. This time he tried to grabs it out of play here. Fawcett doing the ruck work. The play kicked the last goal on Dylan Young. With the Sharks, they're out and about here. They kick the ball down the defensive wing, but good strong mark. It's the start of the way. Going very well, Evelo. Good strong mark. He gets a bit of distance on the arc here. He is a thumping kick of the ball. It's going to pull up short though. Young at the bottom of the pack, trying to chisel the ball out. Oh, well done. Defensive effort by Subiaco was good. Ferrari didn't like the treatment he received. And he's going up against a guy about 1.5 foot taller than him, but he doesn't care. With the fire in the belly from the young fella, nothing wrong with that. 3-1-19 to 5 points, margin 14. It's the last 5 minutes to go of this first quarter. Socked off the ground was Ferrari, trying to get the ball out. It's trapped. He's got a bit of danger now. Subiaco have the numbers here. Ferrari by hands. Somehow Subiaco get a kick down the line. Great mark over the top. Is taken by Males. He decides to go to laterally, pull the trigger. The Sharks are out here. Good kick. He found Reed Foot. Reed Foot. Good little decisive kick down the line here. And they go laterally. Good ball movement here by the Sharks. Left foot kick by Abbott was okay. Tad Abbott found his target. They're still on the defensive centre half back of the ground here of the Sharks. This is a better kick. Just weighted the ball beautifully to Drew Hughes. Accumulates the board as Hughes. The bright orange boots. Chip the ball down. They've got a fingertip on it with Subiaco. Handball. Oh, turn the footy over. Ordinary handball in the end by Beck. Little chiseler kick on the right. Excellent effort there by Nathan. Handball. This is good movement by the Sharks. Sells a bit of candidate to Finlay. Yo. Headshot is found his teammate. Justin play. Great hard run. It's not 15. The umpire said play on here. He found his teammate by hand. Reed Foot. Defensive pressure by Subiaco has been outstanding here. 3:30 to go. They're trying to stop this last 5 minutes for the Sharks to kick a goal. They go lateral with a kick. Harrison Clifford, he's been sensational by the lines. Went up by 2 hands. Should have gone up with 2. Was Krupi. And the umpires said no prior held to the play there, folks. There's the umpire trying to call the ruckman here. Doing the ruckman this time is Lally. That's Connor Lally. Might have got tripped by the Subiaco play. Didn't matter. Lions go out of defensive pressure here. Oh, Subiaco keeping his feet very well was Ballinson. He's going to stand up here in a bit of trouble. Should be holding the footy there. The umpire said it certainly was. Challenge, you try to break the tackle. You get tackled. That is holding the footy. Brought on by the Sharks. How to play here. Defensive spoil by Subiaco by Musker. He found the player by Morgan. Morgan from outside 50. Over the top. Well, dropped the mark in the end by Ishaman. A good defensive tackle by the Lions. Beautiful 30-metre handball. This play under Abbott under pressure. And kick. Yep, it's got to go back. The new rule. It's a hard kick below their knees. And they kick the ball down the line to Hannaford for Ishaman. Finds Finlay. Yeah, he's accumulating the pill at the moment. He finds his teammate. Delivery okay. Oh, the kick by that one was ordinary. Skill's just not up to the standard at the minute by both sides here. That's good. Sells a bit of candy. Goes backward rather than forward. They have the footy now to East Fremantle. Umpire said it's not gone 15. Yo was good with the hands. The Sharks go down the right half forward flank. Numbers everywhere with Subiaco. One of those is Tatati. He found his teammate Holbrook. Ordinary kick by him. Put his player under all kinds of pressure there. And good defensive pressure then by Riley Hay. And rushes through that for a behind to the Sharks. They have 6 points. Subiaco 3-1-19, margin 13. Archie O'Donnell goes back. Oh, risky kick. Defensive pressure by Fremantle is okay through Richardson. Trying to cause the turnover below their knees to the Subiaco playing Lally. He's flipped the ball out. He can't sit on it. Over the top there is Riley Hay. He's been challenged, got the handball out. They don't want to bring the ball back into the corridor. 2 players of the Subiaco. On the left was okay. And still not out of danger here. Ishaman, just the weight of numbers, push the ball forward. Finlay Yo, absolutely silver service to his key forward. And Yo already up to 9 possessions. He's been very good. And can they convert this time to Big Benny Wood? Breeze in, 11 seconds to go. This will be the final kick before the quarter time break. Can Ben Wood convert? Right behind this kick. Siren's gone. Oh, bit of pressure on the young lad. Did not matter. Ben Wood. He gets one on the siren. Subiaco a 3-1-19. The Sharks are 1-6. Goal scorers to Subiaco, Young, Simmons and Forsett. And for East Fremantle, 1 goal to Ben Wood. We're going to take a break and come back for the second quarter.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell me.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out cause you kept cutting the cord. And I started to fade into your gray. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I want to recognize.
Welcome back to HIF Arena. Good quarter footy this one. This is the double second game here of this super round here at HIF Arena. One more game out of this round sees South Fremantle plays Perth. That's at 2:15, but this game of footy's been a good one. The overall stats, possession-wise, Subiaco 59% to the Sharks 41%. Marks, Subiaco leading this one 26 marks to 19. Sharks are winning the tackles. They're winning something in there, 11-6. Hit out pretty even, 6-5. Clearances are even 6 apiece. Inside 50s, 10-11. The way of the Sharks, but obviously Subiaco are being more accurate with their kicking, and rebound 50s, 9-8. And individual stats here, leading the way for East Fremantle is Finlay Yo, number 1 for the Sharks. He just accumulates the footy as a young fella. He's had 9 touches. Riley Hay for Subiaco, he's had 9, and East Fremantle, Tate Abbott 7, Josh Nathan 7, Bassett 6, Martin Nargo 6, Richardson 6 for the Sharks, and Harrison Guildford 6 for Subiaco. And as I said, the major goal scorers before the break was Woodride on the quarter time break. He kicked 1, Forsett, Simmons and Young have kicked 1 for Subiaco, but the Lions started off very, very well, used the corridor, similar to their senior side. They have a similar playing style from Colts all the way up to the league, obviously instructed by Jared Schofield, the senior coach for Subiaco. So Subiaco will use the corridor at all times to try to open the game up, and they try to switch and bring it through that area. And East Fremantle probably a little bit fumby earlier on in the quarter, but I think that goal, when you kick a goal right on the quarter time break, that lifts all your teammates, and Ben Wood could definitely do that for the Sharks. So I expect them to come out a bit more hard at it this quarter. Subiaco, they have started this quarter very, very well. As I said, this is part of the Colts Super Round. Fantastic for all the recruiters out there. Be one myself in 2006 to 16 for Hawthorn. I know As a recruiter, you appreciate all games being played on one venue. 3 of those have been played here today. 1 was played yesterday. That was Revo Fitness Stadium, where Claremont were victorious with that game. 14-10-94 to the Peel, 6-7-43 by 50-odd points here. And earlier on, East Perth defeated Swan Districts, came from behind to win by 3 points, and a good effort there by the Royals to start the season well, and the Colts winning 2 games. The Sharks won last week over the Peel Thunder, and Subiaco went down to the Royals by 18 points as the players from each respective side goes back into the position. This is all a part of the 2026 WAFL Electrical Group Training Colts competition. Great effort to the Footy Commission and West Australia Footy, just pumping money into such a important aspect of the WAFL is the Colts competition. We have the futures, we have the women's, we have the Colts, we have the reserves and the league. But good investment here by the Footy Commission and the Colts, and also the futures here. And a lot of these players are obviously trying to get themselves on an AFL list, but if they can't get on an AFL list, they will end up being a very good player for their league side here. So players getting their respective positions.
Yeah, I'm going to be reading. Yeah.
And start of the second quarter here from HIF Arena. Good ruck work's been taken in by Campbell Bishop. But turnover city, the Sharks have the footy here. He's going to go back for a ping here. It's about 55 metres out. As we're going to see him in the background, fantastic work by our camera crew here. No bruise to talk about here. He's just inside the 50-metre arc. So right on the paint at 50. Can Sharks get off to a good start here? Leans back on this. Going to pull that far left and just touch the boundary line for a boundary line throw in. The boundary in a fantastic position there. So's the field umpire. Fantastic communication by those 2 officials. Without them, no games of footy will happen. Big shout out to the umpires. They do a fantastic job every single week. The Sharks, good defensive tackle. Oh, little check side kick, risky kick. Oh, might have copped one high. The arm chop there by Benji Beck. He decides to play on the player from Subiaco. Didn't realise he had it. It was Jack Pape. And Pat didn't like the treatment he gave Yo. That's going to be a kick though. You can't do that. And Finlay Yo milks the kick, but the kick was there. The little fella from the Sharks. 9 possessions in the first quarter was Finlay Yo. Goes around on that arc. Gets a bit of distance with a kick. Kicks the ball to the hot spot here. Ball comes to ground. Subiaco have numbers up. Pull the ball back into the corridor. Risky possession there. Wrapped up in a tackle by defensive effort by the Sharks. One of those was Isaac Boothie. So right on the goal line here. Subiaco's just going to thump this through for a force behind. Well done by the Sharks. This is better. Handball over the top. Disguised it well was Benny O'Shea. So O'Shea. Handball over the top to Subiaco. It was O'Donnell. That was a shocking kick by him. And the Shark player can bring the ball in the corridor. Good hard running down the line. Where was that Subiaco player to allow the big Ruttman Alex Powdery to run down to receive the ball? Drew no to attention. And he is about 35 metres out. Directly in front, use that thumping left foot kick. He's just got it through. I think it was a touch. I think it's a snag. Umpire converts. Powdery. He kicks his first. More importantly, he kicks the Sharks second. And it's the first goal in this second quarter. And it's just taken 3 minutes to get those, but the Sharks seem a bit more switched on to this early stages of this second quarter. But you just can't have the opposition ruckman run down unattended. And Alex Powderee, beautiful thumping left foot kick. 45 metres out, and he's kicked a goal there. You can see the wind sock in the background. It's probably going pushing straight across the ground. No really advantage to either side, but it's going across the ground here at HIF Arena. And once again, a big shout out to the naming sponsor in Electrical Group Training. We see that on that left of the screen there, just to the left of the scoreboard. Big shout out to them. Sponsors this fantastic competition. Handball where the Sharks was okay. He found Artemis. Good kick by him. This is better Ocean Man. They're starting to get in the groove now. Hannaford goes down the line. Takes a mark here. He can go laterally away. Risky kick. Or it's not going to come off. Trying to find Abbott. Subiaco weighted numbers here. Goes to the big ruckman there by Bishop. He's turned the footy over here. He found Basic. He opens up the corridor once again to the Sharks. They're starting to get their mojo now. And big Nate Scott marks the footy. One of numerous players for Eastern Man who got that headband on. Similar to the Geelong Cats here. So Nate Scott, he lowers his eyes, kick the ball to the hot spot here. The Sharks have the numbers, go handball, goes through traffic, lines this one from outside. The defensive tackle there by Subiaco was effective, and a minor score goes on the board. We are all even Stevens here, 2-7-19 to 3-1-19. 9 scoring shots to 6. But where it counts is on the scoreboard. And we're all even Stevens here. So Subiaco through Harrison Clifford. Bit of distance with a kick. But reading the ball even better was Joshy Nathan. Nathan kicks the ball high at a bit of distance. And great mark over the top. The Sharks player just stood his ground. And it might be Kai Ormerod. Takes us a good clutching pack mark here. This could be a bright start here to the Sharks. To Kai Ormerod. Looks a very similar shot for goal like Logan McDonald for the Sydney Swans. Just kicks that ball low below his ankles, then he goes up in the stationary position. There it is again. Similar kicking style to Logan McDonald. Can he do the basics? He can't. That's 2 he's missed. Costly missed there to Omerod. It's 2 he's missed. 2 points. Subiaco under the pump here at the minute. I hugged the ball, the boundary line. Once again, the numbers of the Sharks. One of those was Abbott. Goes on his left. Did not panic. And lace out. Finds Oscar Richardson. So Finlay Yo already up to 11 possessions at the moment. Oscar Richardson, he has had 6, but missed one in the first quarter. A bit of a lay-down misère for that kick. Can he learn from his mistake in the first and convert this one for his first, and more importantly, bring up goal number 3 for the Sharks? Oscar Richardson. Look good off the boot. It is good off the boot. Richardson nails his first. The Sharks now have a couple in this quarter to stretch the lead out by 7 points, 3-8 to 3-1. And will the dam burst here for the Lions? Because at the moment they're under siege by a very good fleet-footed midfield left by Finlay Yo and Isaac Booty in the middle. And Subiaco just got to regroup. Got to run and stop that flow of play coming through the midfield here. was evident in the first quarter, not so much in the second. They've not troubled the scoreboard this quarter at all, which has gone 8.5 minutes. It's umpire throwing the ball up again. Good effort by the big ruckman in Powdery, and follows up his own good ruck work, but the Lions have the numbers. Good handball through traffic. Excellent effort then by Sammy O'Brien. He goes laterally, good defensive spoil here, but the Lions have the number. Through Pat, lowers his eyes. Kick was ordinary, tried to find his teammate. That was Robson. Sharks. Handball's okay, good defences by Subiaco, by Bishop behind the scenes. He calls the turnover, and Hinchcliffe has the footy. There's a 2v1 here. Oh, good strong mark. He's looked pretty promising here, Thatcher Simmons. Kicked one in the first quarter. He kicks the ball to the right half forward flank here. Pleading for a free kick with Dylan Young. Umpire's too smart for Young. He's right on the spot. Little Chisler, half-back flank. Handball's effective. Good rod by here, Fremantle. And Fossey's teammate, Hannaford, straight up the corridor. He finds Amarod. There's a ball going to stand up here. Keeping the ball in front of him is Motton. Motton had a bit more time than he thought then, and he'd probably have his time back again and just take us a bit more time than with the delivery of the footy. Subiaco, risky kick across the goals, but finds the teammate. It's Jake Pat in the back pocket here. Nothing to kick to here, so he just kicks the ball down the line. Brings the ball to the ground here. Subiaco mopped up well through Lally, which his teammate under pressure. The Hungry boundary line here right in front of the interchange bench. Going to come back with a bit of interest here by East Fremantle. And it's through Cooper. McMeekin. McMeekin lace out, finds Drew Hughes. Has been pretty good in the midfield of the ground, rotating off that half-forward flank. Kicks the ball the half-forward flank. The Lions in the middle there. Luckily, Fremantle didn't get a push in the back. The umpire said, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And there'll be a ball up 15 metres out from the Sharks' goal. Lead by 7. And the ruck work was effective. Nate Scott was good through traffic. Drew the handball over the top. Missed the target though, but once again, the Sharks mopping up by McMeekin. Oh, dropped the soda was Riley Hay. The Sharks through Richardson. He goes back. Handball's okay, effective by foot. And might be a sling tackle here after the play here by Riley Hay. And that is a free kick. Every time you do that, you cannot sling tackle the player. And chance here might be Finlay Yo. He's brought his own footy here to HIF Arena this afternoon. He's had 11 touches, 6 handballs, 5 kicks and 2 marks. How's he go with this one? He's seen the ball like a pumpkin. There is Finlay Yo. He kicks his first. And the Sharks, they are all over the lines at the moment. With a Shark feast at the moment. Sharks are 4-8. Subiaco are 3-1. So single goal scorers to the Sharks. Powderly, Richardson, Wood and Yo, and single goal scorers to Subiaco in Fawcett, Simmons and Young. But fortunately the Lions haven't gone in there forward 50 too many times this quarter, where the Sharks, on the other hand, they've dominated proceedings at the moment. And at the moment, possession's now 60% to 40%, so it's been a massive turnaround in possession of the footy here to East Fremantle. The Sharks just got to tighten down a couple of players, otherwise this game could get away from it. At the moment, it's out to 13 points through traffic. It's Hughes, he's been tackled. Very effective by Thatcher Simmons. This is better by Subiaco. So Krupi lowers his eyes at better kick. Oh, Subiaco player. Wait till the footy. Should have really attacked it more than he did. The umpire's called an arm chop. So Sammy O'Brien. He kicks the ball to the right, half-forward flank. Did not sound good off the boot. Got no distance with the kick. And Thatcher Simmons is pleading with his teammate to kick the ball to a bit of space. They go laterally here to the Sharks through Nate Scott. He finds Drew Hughes already getting a ton of the footy. He goes sideways to Hannaford. Hannaford, good kick. Good defensive effort by Subiaco. The big ruckman through Bishop. This is better by the lines. Handball's okay. Pull the trigger, did Krupi. Goes to a 2v1. And the Sharks reading it much, much better. And they slid laterally very well. They pull the trigger up the corridor. Risky kick, but it's come off. They found Basic. Quinton Basic. Hugs that Behringer line here. Is the kick going to get there? Might be a sling kick back here, or has he touched it? No, it's going to come back to the way of Subiaco. And Jay Barron Hay. They're just going to get some kind of memento and some kind of forward thrust movement here, the Lions, because the Sharks are running themselves deep in the D50. Barron Hay goes laterally way back, and way back again by Subiaco. Hay has it this time to pull the trigger in the corridor. Now it's turned the footy over here, and the Sharks can repel through Scott, and turnover city here, running deep in the forward line, and good hard running down the line. It's got to stand up. Will it? No. Oh, he's kicked one around the corner. He's just missed. Gee, Subiaco, Riley Hay, he went back about 40 metres defensively. Then they opened up the corridor, and then they turned the footy over. And the skill level by the Lions is something got to work on during the week at the moment. They have the ball in the defensive 50. Oh, a good smell off the ground by the Sharks. There he is, the ball magnet, and Finlay Yo kicks the ball to the hot spot here, roving it beautifully, uses his non-preferred. Excellent vision by him. Kick around the corner is good. And Reed Foote, he kicks his first. He kicks the Sharks fifth. And they are all over the Lions in this second quarter. They've kicked 4 goals, 3. Subiaco yet to score. The Sharks out by 20 points. Bit of a Subiaco rotation on the midfield here. As Barron Hay comes on, and so does Sammy O'Brien. 3 players rotated then. And Holbrook's the other player. At the moment, Subiaco, they're just going to regroup and trying to get some kind of communication and chemistry through the midfield, because they've been absolutely slaughtered by a number of players by the Sharks, and Artemis, Finlay Yo, and also Nate Scott. That's better by Subiaco. Put his head over the pill, just opens up the corridor beautifully in Musker. And umpire's seen something here. Subiaco player's been held off the footy, and it might be 4 set. We kick one in the first quarter. And can 4 set convert with this one? So Matthew 4 set. He's only had 3 possessions, but he's kicked 1 goal. Can he make it number 2? Leans back on this and hugs it left for a minor score. Just when they need a goal, the Lions, it's a minor score. It's their first score of the quarter. And let's take it 18 minutes. To the Sharks. Martin Nago, he goes way back, maintaining possession here. It's Tate Abbott. Had to be a good kick, and it was. There's Scott, opens up the corridor. Might be a push to the back. Umpire said no, it wasn't. It's a 2v1. head over the pill. Might have caught one high to the Subiaco player. And he certainly did. That's Corbin Boylanson. He lowers his eyes, and there's Fawcett again. It's touched off the foot. He had to play. Boylanson around the corner and missing the goals for a minor score. And it might be a 50-metre penalty because the Subiaco player kicked it when it went through a point. It certainly is. So it's a 50-metre penalty here. And he's saying to the young fella, you can't do that. So he's going to bring this East Fremantle player right in the middle of the ground here at HIF Arena. Very undisciplined play there by the Lions. The Sharks by hands. He found Scott. Scott straight up the corridor, bringing the ball to ground. Once again, the Sharks have the numbers over the running footy. There was Boothie. He's set upon by 3 players in the middle of the centre half forward position. And the field umpire gets the contest. Good defensive tackle then by Holbrook there from Subiaco. He's going to do the ruck work. Brings the ball to the ground. Oh, the Subiaco player might have caught one high. It's by Musker. He certainly did. Just Subiaco looked pretty flat at the minute. He goes back rather than forward again. And finds Riley Hay. Still in their back pocket here, haven't gained much territory here at the moment. So Riley Hay. Oh, big fly then by Campbell Bishop. But once again, the fleet-footed Sharks at the bottom of the pack. Subiaco trying to get some of the memento. And there is, that'd be a relay free kick again. Finlay Yo. I don't like him, he's milked so many kicks. Oh, outside 50 here. Reed Foot tries to kick a goal here. That should be holding the footy. Umpire said no, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Still in play here. Umpire circling, circling and circling. Like a shark. And the umpire says, give the ball to me for a ball up. About 10 metres out from the goals for the Sharks area. Been a good quarter by them. They've kicked 4 goals, 3. Trying to burst his way through the pack. Defensive tackle by Connor Lally was effective. And rush through for a boundary line throw-in. Just under 4 minutes to go in this second half. It's all been East Fremantle at the moment. Field umpire throws a ball in. Shallow throw in at that. Sharks over the numbers. Riley Hay put his head in the hole. Socket off the ground here. Still in play though. Subiaco just trying to keep the ball in play. Good sprawl over the top. Sharks have the numbers. Beautiful slick handball. Kick around the corner by Nate Scott. And he's just hugged it left for a minor score here. Sharks are 5-10, 15 scoring shots to 5. That's 10 extra scoring shots and double the score to the advantage of East Fremantle. So tucked in the back pocket, here is Holbrook. So Jax Holbrook goes down the line. Good set of jukes by the big ruckman in Powderee. The left footer, little chiseler. Well, trying to mark the footy, but the Subiaco had his hands on the ball first. And that play was Krupe in front of Isaac Boothie for the Sharks. 19 points is the advantage here. 2:56 to go in this first half. Subiaco just a wobbly kick off the boot. Good defensive pressure then by Gatti for the Sharks, and teammates go and say well done. Levi Morgan didn't like the attention he got off the footy, and he told his opposition playing Gatti, and Ben didn't like that. And Gatti goes, look at the scoreboard, son, we're 19 up. And the umpire's seen something here. And it's, I think it's an East Fremantle kick or it's another throw, and it's the latter. Boundary line throw in here. Just forward of the centre half forward for East Fremantle. Bit of tunnel ball going over the top here. Trying to burst his way through the pack. is Levi Morgan. He's met by two players. One of those was Finlay Yo. The umpire says give the ball to me for a ball up. Once again, the big Grutman, Powdry knocks to the left. Sharks are out here. And beautiful silver service delivery. And found big Richardson. So Richo lowers his eyes and finds Reed Foot. He had a good game here, the Redhead. Just hunts the footy. Smart. And has a lot of power in those legs. He's been a good player so far, Reed Foot. Inside the 50-metre arc. Goes on that arc, gets a bit of distance with a kick. Oh, it's a magnificent kick. Reed Foot has kicked a couple this quarter. The Sharks are having a feast over the lines at the minute. And it's 6-10-46, 3-3-21. Margin a game high, 25 points. So just under a minute to go in this first half. Been a dominant second quarter by East Fremantle. They put the turbo on. They're probably disappointed the way they played the first quarter. A few stirring words from the coach, and they've come out all guns blazing in this second quarter. And it's been a fantastic effort by them. So going down the half-forward flank, mopped up beautifully here by Baron Hay. Can the Subiaco get a goal in the last 4 seconds? I don't think they can. Wrapped up in a tackle. And that's all she wrote here. Half-time here at HIF Arena, Joondalup. The Sharks are 6-10-46. The Lions are 3-3-21. The margin is 25 points. We'll take a break and they'll come back to dissect this first half of footy. But the Sharks playing very good footy.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell me if you do.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah.
Welcome back to HIF Arena. June up as both sides are now out on the ground and getting themselves in their respective positions. But it's been a 37-point turnaround to East Fremantle. They were trailing by 12 points at quarter time. They were 1-6-3-1 in that second quarter. They just upped the ante and they kicked 5 goals for to Subiaco 2 points. To be up by 25 points are the Sharks, and they've definitely got enough possessions winners all over the ground as well. First of all, the overall team stats is 58% of the footy has been in the hands of the Sharks to Subiaco 42%. This is interesting marks here. Looking at their stats, the Sharks 52 marks to Subiaco 32, so 20 more marks the Sharks, hence their hands on the footy. First off, tackle Subiaco 21-12, hit out 16-9 of the Sharks. Clearances, Subiaco won that 15-9, inside 50s, the Sharks 22-15, and the rebound, Subiaco 16-12. So, got to get their afterburners on to Subiaco. Major possession getters. Riley Hay leads the way from the lines. He's had 16, 14 to a host of Sharks players. Finlay, Yo, Bassage, Richardson with 12, Bassage with 12, Nathan with 11, and Reed Foot with 10, and along with 2 goals. So I hope you're joining this coverage here. The second half's about to commence. The Sharks They're up for 25 points. So the umpire throws the ball up here, middle. Well done by the Subiaco ruckman and Bishop, trying to find his teammate, but slung off the footy. There was Artemis. And the umpire said good tackle then by Subiaco and Sammy O'Brien. The big windscreen's O'Brien. The umpire says throw the ball up again. Well done over the top then by Bishop. And held together both players there. You can't do that. Suck it in the play. I reckon Finlay Yo's got about 4 easily kicks by Subiaco, being totally undisciplined. So he goes down the corridor. Beautiful pick up below his knees by the Sharks play here. They kicked the ball to the pocket here. Running out Subiaco. Well done. Took the game on. Clifford was great. But Smother off the footy was okay. Pick up below his knees was okay. Flick the handball out to Gaddy. He's been racked up. Crowd shouting for ball. The umpire said no. Good defensive tackle by Sam O'Brien. The umpire throws the footy up. Beautiful leap over the top by Bishop. Bring the ball to the ground. The Sharks through traffic was Yo. He's been wrapped up in a tackle. Subiaco through Clifford. Throws a ball on his boot. Good defensive mark by the Sharks. Can go lateral if they like. Now he is. Had an eternity to run to space. That was Marcus Motton. Another player with a headband. Looked like the Geelong at the moment. The minute. Low kick there. Found his teammate Alex Powder has been a very good player for East Fremantle in the ruck. Kick one in the second quarter. He's got that raking left foot kick. He just punches the ball down at centre half forward here. In a bit of space. Mopping up well for Subiaco is Sam Windscreens O'Brien. He gets the footy. Put ordinary kick under pressure. Turns the footy over. And Hannaford for the Sharks. Beautiful set of jukes. Good mark here. He's been very good, Big Benny Wood. So Wood lowers his eyes, a bit of space. Ball's not going to come off here. Pickup was okay. Subiaco have a host of players around the ball. One of those is O'Brien, but turn the footy over back to Wood. Wood waits the kick over here to Artemis. He's been tackled from behind. Good defensive tackle here. Subiaco supporters are pleading for a free kick. The kick's not there. And Hinchcliffe pretty bit upset with proceedings. Just ragdoll his opponent off the boundary line. And good to see East Fremantle players stick up for him. That's Ben Wood. Still at it, those two players behind the footy there. Subiaco Ruckman wins it, trying to fight his teammate by hand. Cop one high with Subiaco. Saw it from here. There's Levi Morgan. Morgan chits the ball down the line. Good kick and finds Sammy O'Brien. Had a good game this afternoon, O'Brien. He decides to just kick the ball down to the left half forward flank here. Running through the pack, trying to pick the ball up was Borgson for the Sharks. So the weight of numbers, one of those with Drury Hughes. Quick handball here through traffic. Didn't panic. Was Powdery. He finds his teammate. Good passage of play here by the Sharks. And fall in the hands of Isaac Boothie. He goes lateral with a kick. The kick's not going to come off. Yes, it does. The Sharks play marks from outside 50. Good ball off the top. There's a 2v1. Going to stand up the ground. He's going to get it. Goal number 3 in an absolute canter. Benny Reid thought all his Christmas had come at once. He's now kicked 3. He's kicked the most on the ground. And as I said, he had a silver service given to him, whether he wanted a hot cross bun or an Easter bunny, didn't matter. He's kicked goal number 3. The Sharks kicked the first in the third quarter. They extend the lead now by a margin of 6 points, 17-52 to Subiaco 3-3-21. Subiaco have not kicked a goal since the 13-minute mark of the first quarter. So the defensive pressure by the Sharks has been very, very good. I hope you're enjoying this coverage for the EGT Colts Super Round game number 2. Earlier on, East Perth victorious over Swans 12-6 to 11-9, and one game after this sees South Fremantle versus the Perth. That's on at 2:15. A host of fantastic Colts EGT footy here, live and great from HIF Arena. Umpire wins the contest here. Socket off the ground by Subiaco. It's by Musker. There's a foot race on over here. Pereira was quick and clever. First for trusting, and this guy, he does present well, is Big Matty Fawcett. He kicked one in the first quarter. So did Young, and also so did Everlow, but has been missing since then. So can we convert here? Big Matthew Fawcett. 5 minutes are gone already in this third quarter. Sharks up by 31. Fawcett leans back on this and just tugs it left for a minor score. It's the first score on the board since halftime to Subiaco. They'll trail by 31 points. It should be 30 points. The score's not registered there. It should be 3-4. Sharks lower his eyes and good kick. Martinegro kicks to space, it's effective, hits up Jed Abbott, who used that trusting left foot, but turns the footy over. Commentators curse again. Read it better was Musker. He now kicks it to a hot spot over the defensive ball, but the Sharks play was very good. The play was Tud Abbott. Ragdoll off the footy there was Subiaco, keeping his feet. Good smell off the footy by the Sharks. They're hunting the back half of the ground. This guy's been a very good player. Marcus Motton. He's going to get his own footy again because his teammate let him down. He's pressured in the tackle. A couple of those supporters in the shaded area, the beautiful embankment here at HIF Arena. This is a part of the EGT WAFL 2026 Colts footy. Through traffic, way too easy from Fremantle. Trying to find his teammate. That was Richardson. He's got to use that left foot. He does that effectively. The Subiaco have the numbers through Hinchcliffe. There's a weighted handball, but the Sharks once again weighted. Hinchcliffe tried to get his own footy. Now dives on the East Fremantle play. Lucky didn't give away a free kick. Bursting through the pack here, Subiaco. They throw the ball on his boot. There's 2v1 here. The Sharks, the numbers will wait out. Lux of Fortune falls in the hand of Isaac Boothie. He goes laterally. Good play here by the Sharks. And the weighted kick's even effective here. Now they kick the ball down to a bit of space. Here's a foot race on. How's it going to stand up? Tours him sideways. Defensive tackle's okay, but the Sharks still maintaining position. Beautiful left foot handball into the corridor. Found his teammate. That was Wood. Wood through traffic found Scott. Scott's been challenged. Turnover city here in the half forward flank, and Subiaco play in the hole. Where's the treatment he received? Picks himself up. Good defensive tackle by James Artemis, and the umpire says give the ball to me for a ball up. About 40 metres out from the goals of the Sharks. Have kicked 7 so far. Through traffic, Subiaco, chain of handballs okay. Found Holbrook. Holbrook kicks it to space. Hitting the ball hard was very good by Fawcett, but the weight of numbers with the Sharks was effective. Fawcett going to get his own ball backed up by Baron Hay. Fawcett to Hay, sock off the ground was indiscriminate. Bassett has it there for the Sharks. Kicks a ball on his boot, didn't look, dropped an absolute soda was Lally, but good enough to get his own pill, and shocking handball in the end. And it's going to be a sling tackle back to East Fremantle, and costly error by Connor Lally, dropped the soda and then handball the ball to the slingshot. So East Fremantle go on the rappel again. Well done by Clifford. He's been good down back. Trying to find his teammate, that's Fawcett. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Lally Pereira is okay. Handball over the top, bit of volleyball going on, ping pong volleyball over the end. With the Sharks there, below the knees, free kick here to Subiaco. And Lally is a recipient of that free kick. He goes down the line and the Lions mark it just over the head. And it might be Robson, the player for Subiaco. Good mark over the top. Stood his ground. Big Harper Robson. It's only had one possession so far, but hope he goes for goals. Those bright orange boots, the left footer, geez, that looked good off the boot. And young Robson calling Robbo. He's nailed his first kick, and Subiaco finally, they kicked their first goal since midway through the first quarter. They have now 4 on the board. 4-4-28 to the Sharks, 7-52. And 24 points is the advantage, or 4 straight goals to the Sharks in this neutral ground here at HIF Arena, part of the Colts Super Round 2. Accommodating all the needs of the AFL recruiters around the state here. So well done on the WAFL to put this fixture on. And thanks for your company on this fantastic day here at HIF Arena. My name's Cam Robbins. I hope you enjoy the company today. And rounds off with South Fremantle and Perth at 2:15. Ball up again. Well done by Bishop. Bring the ball to the ground, put his head in the hole, went straight to the middle of it. Was Morgan. Or might have caught one high. This Fremantle play didn't matter. Morgan once again kicks the ball on the boot. Well done by the play. Kicked that last goal, and Harper Robson tries to find his teammate. Well done, the Sharks. Weight of numbers is going to win. Had to keep her feet, but didn't. So the Sharks have the number. They go down the middle. Good pick up below their knees. Sharks, weight of numbers here. It's been a good play. Reed Foot's already kicked 3. Handbay out the corner. They're away here. Artemis can draw the play over the top to Yo. Ball's going to stand up. Yo, good through traffic. Lateral handball's okay. Follows up his own footy. Overran it in the end was a play. Artemis. Subiaco used the out of jail card and finds Baron Hay. The crowd like that one, so it's Baron Hay here who will use that left foot. It's a shocking kick. It's going to come back with a bit of interest here to Eastern. No, it's just touched on the line there, so a bit of a win there for the Lions. Right in front of the interchange bench here, and the boundary will throw the ball in here. 12:50 to go in this third quarter. Melbourne didn't have it. It was a Subiaco play. It's play onto advantage here. So they kick to the ball to a bit of space, and Artemis out on his Pat Malone, lowers his eyes here. Beautiful defensive spoil by the Sharks playing Will Martin. Lays a fantastic, he's holding the footy. Will Martin take a bow. That was brilliant. Did the spoil, followed the footy on, and laid a fantastic tackle. That will go down in the highlights reel for that young fella. Will Martin, 21 from the Sharks. Excellent effort, young fella. They go down the line with a kick, tumbler. That's the sling. Ball's going to come back with a bit of interest here to Subiaco. So they've got one this quarter. The Sharks have got one this quarter, but they're still the Sharks well in command. A lead by 24. Deep in their back pocket here. Ball still in play here. And good defensive tackle. Once again by Will Martin. Got a good couple of minutes. The back pocket are there for the Sharks. So throwing once again, a couple of spectators leaning up against that big pole. Fantastic work for our camera crew here. Artemis is out-rucked this time by the Sharks ruckman in Hannaford. And held to him is the Subiaco player in Boylanton. Defensive tackle by Hughes was effective. Goes through traffic. Subiaco had to use his left foot. It was DeTasso and marked right on the line by Joshy Nathan. So Nathan can pull the trigger. Kick had to be centimetre perfect, and it was. And fantastic, the people at WA are honouring Dennis Cometti in a state funeral. So one of the best, if not best, sporting commentators of all time was the late and great Dennis Cometti. So the Sharks lower the eyes, not 15. So they kick the ball down the line here. Chain of handballs, good defensive running by Singleton. And beautiful kick, good pick up below his knees. It was by Big Ben Wood, and good mark in the front. And this young fella is small by stature, but he accumulates a 40, and Yo does a disciplined kick to a player in better position, and any junior out there, keep your eye on Finlay Yo. He's only small by stature, but hunts and accumulates the footy, makes good decisions by hand and by foot. And similar to the wizard from Hawthorn, very small in stature, but they know where the ball is. So opportunity now for the Sharks in Hannaford, Noah Hannaford, to register his first goal. About 30 metres out directly in front. Leans back on this, pulls it left, and going to register for another minor score here to the Sharks. They are now 7-11-53. Subiaco 4-4-28. Margin 25 points. 9.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. So Lions through Harrison Clifford. Hugs the boundary line here with a kick. Player from Subiaco held when he didn't have it. Umpires there right in the critical position on the ground and make a good decision. And it's Baron Hay. He goes in the corridor, find his teammate. Umpire said it was touched, or might have gone enough distance with a kick. I think it was the latter. It's a good decision once again by the umpire. And the umpire says, going to throw the ball up. Here he goes here. Well done by the Subiaco ruckman in Everlow. Handball over the top by the Subiaco player in Pat. Put his head in the hole and got tackled by one or two players. Might have initial contact was high. I think it was. So Thatcher Simmons has a footy. A switch at all times to the Lions. Finds his teammate by Ben O'Shea. Hugging the boundary line here, but they are maintaining possession of the footy here, Subiaco. And good hard running here, finds Riley Hay. Still a defensive 50, the Lions. What a way to play to run in. It's a shocking kick off the boot. Puts his player under all kinds of pressure. Might have copped one high there. Now I didn't see it. Now he's in trouble. Now it could be holding the footy. No, benefit of the doubt. Just the skill execution from Subiaco compared to East Fremantle is a mile apart at the moment. Something the Lions can work on during the week. Through traffic, good strong tackle by the Lions player, pleading for the hold on the ball. Good defensive tackle then by Thatcher Simmons. Ruck work again, well done by Hannaford for the Sharks. Try to find the fleet-footed player there in Mitch Baker. That's good by Subiaco through traffic. Found Simmons. Simmons to throw through the ball on his boot. The Sharks can mop up beautifully down the line. They hug the ball to centre half forward. That's good kick. To space. They kick the ball to the right half forward flank there, and good weighted kick. And this guy, Ben Wood, he presents so well. He's got those very good forward leading patterns here, does Big Ben Wood. He kicked one in the first quarter. He is now going for goal number 2, about 45 metres out. At a 45-degree angle. Should aim for the right goalpost here. Big Ben Wood goes on that arc. He's aimed for the wrong goalpost. He's pulled that way left. Weighted numbers with Subiaco, they should mark. Subiaco's played in for mark. I thought it was there as well from Jax Holbrook, but umpire said I'm pretty sure it's touched. So 6:19 to go in this round 2. EGT Colts clash by hands was effective, was May. Mopped up beautifully by Baker for the Sharks. He gets his own ball. Tries to turn the footy over here. Through traffic. Slick handball's effective. Bishop throws a ball on his boot. How's it going to bounce? Well done by the Sharks. Good defensive tackle then by Subiaco. That was by Borlinson, but the Sharks still have the ball. They kick the ball to the forward pocket. Trying to find one of the best on the ground, and Reed Foote has already kicked 3 snags. 2 of those in the first and 1 in the third. And the boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. Ticking now down to 5 minutes of this third quarter. 25 points is the advantage. Exactly what it was at half time to the Sharks. Have to throw that ball in again. Walking a bit closer this time. So Riley Hay leading possession on the ground now with 19. Oscar Richardson with 18. They're the two predominant possession getters for each side. And on song, Hay gets the ball. And trying to run here, carrying up the line. That's good effort. Handball was slicked by Croupier. He found his teammate, the windscreen's O'Brien, will put his head in the hole. Well done, O'Brien. Followed his own pill. Well done, that young fella. Kicks the ball to a bit of space. Oh, good effort. Hard tackle the footy by Thatcher Simmons. Inspirational effort by Simmons! And that is a contender for the goal of the day. Thatcher Simmons won the contest. Attacked the footy. Through traffic, put a little bit of a dribbler kick on the board, didn't matter. And Thatcher Simmons, that is a contend for the EGT. Goal of the round. Subiaco, they get a couple back. Bit more respectability now in the scoreboard. Margins back to 19 points. So it's been a good quarter for Subiaco. I think the scoring end, though, is to the left of the screen. It's where the predominant goals have been scored this afternoon at HIF Arena. And we're in the middle of the ground once again. It's Powdery doing the ruck work against Campbell Bishop. Give that to Bishop. Beautiful knock, well rode by Morgan. Read that to perfection, did him. Good defensive pressure by the Sharks, but overrun the footy there. Defensive pressure by Harper Robson was okay, but the Sharks, weighted numbers, in a bit of pressure. Got the 1-2 out. He found Scott. Scott's just turned the footy over. And Subiaco, they've been good the last 5 or 6 minutes. Ball's going to come way back here. Well, Reed Foot tried to sucker the umpire into a bit of false sense of security. The umpire's well over it. He said, I'll be the umpire. She does it. So the Subiaco kick the ball to the hot spot here. Through the pack here. Subiaco, weighted numbers, pleading for free kick. Might be kick off the ground here. I think it's another. And it certainly is. And Kai and Perari has also kicked a ripping goal. And the line's not going away here. The margin back to 13 points. So at one stage, the Sharks up by 25. March is now back to 13, thanks to a very good 6 or 7 last minutes of this third quarter. Goals to Robson, Simmons and Perari. And all of a sudden, game on. The ruck work in the middle by Bishop to Levi Morgan was sensational. It's under 2 minutes of this third quarter to go. There's a ruck work again. Ball comes to the contest. Martinego was good. Throws a ball, a fickle bounce in the end here to Subiaco. Handball over the top. Might be a quick reply here to the Sharks. And a little dribbler. He's kicked the post. Bit lackadaisical there by Oscar Richardson. Probably had a bit more time than he thought. He did a little check side banana dribbler and hit the base of the post for a minor score here. So Subiaco kick down the line here. Good defensive spoil then by Mitch Baker's had a good game this afternoon. Last minute to go in this third quarter. 1 goal to the Sharks this quarter. Subiaco, they have kicked 3. Umpire throws a foot in, knock over the top. There he is, yo! Little check side on the left. Yo, 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 oh, he's hit the post. Yippee yo yo. He's kicked the post. The Sharks 7-13, Subiaco 6-4 margin. 15 points. Have wasted a couple of opportunities the last minute and a half as East Fremantle over the top. Socket off the ground dangerously. The Sharks through traffic. Handball's effective. He found Hannaford. Oh, had it before he spent it with the Sharks player. There's a bit of trouble there. And ball still, that could be all she wrote here. And Siren, there she goes. 15 points is to the advantage of East Fremantle. 7-13 to 6-4. Do not leave this call. Have a short break. We'll come back for the last quarter. 15 points to the advantage of the Sharks.
Running through the
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell me.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out cause you kept cutting the cord. And I started to fade into your gray. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away. I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now. The future is now.
Welcome back to HIF Oval in Joondalup. Been a good game of footy this one. 7-13-55 are the Sharks. Subiaco 6-4-40. And major goal scorers, first of all, for East Fremantle, Foot 3. And single goal scorers to Powderley, Richardson, Wood and Yo. And for Subiaco, Simmons has kicked 2. Fawcett, Perari, Robson and Young have kicked 1 apiece. Overall stats, possession-wise, that's won by the Sharks 57% to 43%. Marks, this is a significant stat here, folks. 73 marks to the Sharks and only 42 to Subiaco. Tackles, Subiaco win that count 34 to 26. Hit-outs pretty even, Subiaco 21 to 20. Centre clearances, this is where Subiaco have smashed East Fremantle 27 to 12, so 15 more centre clearances, but unfortunately they haven't converted when they're going forward. Inside 50s, and the Sharks 35 to 23. Individual stat winners there is leading all players on the ground is number 1 for Subiaco, Riley Hay. He's had 20 possessions, 16 kicks, 4 handballs, 6 marks and 1 tackle. Oscar Richardson 19, Yo 18, Basic 15, Nathan 15, and all the way to Subiaco, Sam O'Brien 14 for Subiaco. But it's been a a seesawing event. It has. Quarter time, it was Subiaco. They were up by 12 points, 3-1 to 1-6. Half time, it was the Sharks who had a very good quarter. They kicked 5 goals for the lead. A half-time break at 25 points, and the margin's been now reduced to 15 points. Three-quarter time break sees East Fremantle 7-13 to 6-4. And I must admit that the scoring end is probably to the left of the screen, but it's a very good comeback by Subiaco. They just got a bit of memento in the midfield, and one of the highlights for me was the fantastic goal by Thatcher Simmons when he burst his way through the centre of the ground, had to back himself in, confronted with a bit of contact coming away from East Fremantle, but had his eyes for the footy, tapped the ball on, followed his own hard work up, and kicked a very clever dribbling goal to goal. So a big shout out to Thatcher Simmons, and better players from mine. Yo's been very good in the midfield for the Sharks. Richardson's been good. Bassett's also likewise, and also Reed Foot on that far wing, number 17. He's kicked 3 goals. Better players for the Subiaco side. Riley Hay has been very good. Sam O'Brien okay as well. Thatcher Simmons, as we mentioned, and also it's been a good ruck duel between Bishop and also Powdry for East Fremantle. So just about to start the last quarter here, live here from HIF Oval in June. This is the Super Round EGT WAFL Colts games here at HIF Arena. Earlier on today saw East Perth 12-6 defeated the Swans 11-9 by 3 points. East Perth behind all day, and then they unfortunately defeated Swan Districts in the last 30 seconds. And we had a game yesterday at Revo Fitness Stadium match, which we saw Claremont 14-10-94 defeated Peel 6-7-43. And after this game at 2:15, it's the Bulldogs, that's Fremantle, versus the mighty Fighting Perth Demons, and that's on at 2:15. My name's Cam Robbins. I hope you enjoyed this game. What better way to present yourself on a Sunday that you can get on the couch and watch the game live on YouTube, thanks to a fantastic effort by the WAFL, making all these games live here. The umpire shows the ball to the timekeeper, and we're away for this last quarter. Excellent knock then being taken by Evelo for Subiaco in the ruck. Head over the hole, one by Subiaco. Found the fleet-footed Levi Morgan. Good kick to space. Good promising start here by Subiaco. They kick the ball to centre half forward. It's a wobbly kick off the boot. Might still work up all right. Fantastic effort below his knees to Kyan Perari. Didn't give up the contest. Ordinary kick off the boot. Inside 50. 30 seconds are gone. Looked like he lost his jumper there, which counts out how far they run in a game. On song, Perari gets it. Challenged and tackled from behind by Baker. The Sharks has going to stand up here. Beautiful tracking then. Went back rather than forward. This is a kick what counts. The pickup was okay. Well done by Will Martin. He decided to do the switcheroo and found the Will Dersma lookalike in Motton. Good defensive ball by Subiaco. The second effort was okay by Big Ben Wood. He goes laterally and finds the teammate there in Bassich. He also goes laterally and finds the hard-working Will Martin. He found Jet Abbott. It's maintaining competition, still comfortably in front. The Sharks by 15. There's a wobbly kick off the boot. Subiaco going to repel here. This is an important kick, and the kick's not there. Martin read it like a fictional book in the library. He marks. He goes down the corridor. It's not 15. He's going to get it back again, Martin. Wax on, wax off to Martin. Down the line here. It's going to be touched. Subiaco have the numbers. Handball, he didn't have it. This time a risky kick. The smart off the footy by the Sharks. Good defensive tackle by Subiaco. Thatcher Simmons. He's had a good day in the office this afternoon. The handball tries to go back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell gets it again. He goes on his left. And turnover city again. The Sharks can mop up. They can go laterally. Oh, well done by Pereira. The fleet-footed Pereira gets the handball over the top. Well done. Handball good was Bullinson. He stops. He props. He lowers his eyes. And he finds a peroxide-headed Dylan Young. Geez, that was good play. Kyan Perari Those 1%ers just get some undecisiveness query by the opposition defender, and that's what he did. He worried him out of the footy. And Dylan Young kicked one in the first quarter. This could be a very interesting course of the game if he kicks it. And commentator's curse. It's kicked it to the left of the goalpost for a minor score here. Subiaco 6-5, Sharks 7-13. Over the top, good hard running. He's run all day. Singleton, he finds his teammate, Will Martin. He just grows with confidence. Every minute he's on the ground, this young lad. Defensively down back, he's been a good player for Sharks. Touched off the boot there. Still in play here. That's not a lasso, that's a throw in there. The umpire said you were dead right. It's a throw in here. Subiaco 6-5, 41. The Sharks 7-3, 55. So definitely 6-5, not 6-4. Margins 14 points here. Umpire's going to throw the ball in here. It's shallow. Good effort by the ruckman there in Powdery. Ball comes defensively. But Gatti put his head in the hole and marked. Kick to space here. Intelligent kick. How's the ball going to run on here? There's a foot race on here. Ferrari with another defensive tackle. That's two he's done in about the last minute and a half. And that will go on his highlight reel here. But a Subiaco player in danger. He's dived on the footy. I think he's holding the pill. And it certainly is. All that hard work's been undone. Ferrari, so good. But when you dive on the footy and someone tackles you and you bring the ball in, you're in trouble here. So Big Oscar, the big Richo. Kick one in the second quarter, Big Oscar Richardson. Marking his mark here. Can he convert? Subiaco have had all the play in the first 4.5 minutes of this quarter. And Richardson. It's a fair look at this one. Goes a little bit on the arc. Geez, a good kicking style by Richardson. And the Richo goes bang! Big Oscar. He kicks his second. Sharks kick their 8. Breathing space now. The margin is 20 points. 8-13, 61 to Subiaco, 6-5, 41. Even instructions there for the interchange coach for Subiaco. He said Paddy 2-2-2. And that's, I think, 2 coming off the bench there to 2 come back on. Hope you're enjoying this game here. Part of the Colts Super Round, EGT Colts. 2026 footy here live from HIF Oval in Joondalup. Conditions are absolutely brilliant. Seen this game live here from Perth, Western Australia, the best place in the world. I hope you're taking this game in for all over the world, all over the country. Powdery was good, trying to find his teammate. That was Artemis. He's wrapped up and defensively tackle over Musker. Been at each other's throats all afternoon, those two lads. And umpire said, give the ball to me for another ball up. Oh, beautiful ruck work done by Bishop. Player hell when he didn't have it. There's Thatcher Simmons. Simmons goes up the corridor. Good use of the body by Artemis again. On the left boot, kicks in a bit of space here. There is good handball then by Reed Foot. He found his teammate. They go down the line. I'm dropping it. Easy mark was Richardson, but got a bit of time and a bit of space. Kicks the ball to the hot spot. Height's the difference here. The Sharks through traffic. Got challenged. Found once again Reed Foot. Over the top here. Numbers with Subiaco. The fleet forward. Yo, always hit the pine. Very clever. Is out number 3v1. And Finlay Yo threw the ball on his boot. Hit the base of the post for another minor score to the Sharks. Now 8 goals, 14 to 6-5. Margins 19 points, with just over 3 goals. So Simmons goes down the line. Geez, a little live wire, this young fella. Kyan Ferrari. Beautiful weighted kick. Harper Robson, he should have used the play on the fat side of the ground, but didn't. Now he kicks the ball to centre half forward, and to no one in particular, the Sharks can mop up down back. Handball was good. Found his teammate was Martin. Martin by hand. He found Nate Scott. Scott down the defensive wing. Done this so many times throughout the course this afternoon, the Sharks. They've used every inch of HIF Arena oval here. Quinton Bassett finds the hard-working Finlay Yo. Yippity Yo, he's done all right this afternoon. Yo kicks down the ball, beautiful space, and leading up and taking a good mark is Hannaford. He goes to the end of this kick as well. Trapped it beautifully by hand was Benny Wood. And the Sharks kicks to the hot spot here. Oh, dropping the mark, but roving front and centre. And a clever goal to Joshy Nathan. And the Sharks, they kicked the first two in this last quarter to extend their lead by a further 6 points. Just old classic front and centre roving by Josh Nathan. Blink in a minute. It was 15 points at three-quarter time. It's now extended by another 12 to be 27 points and the biggest margin of the game this afternoon. But the Sharks have had 23 scoring shots to 11. So just about double the scoring shots to them. And they've had all the answers. Just when Subiaco get a couple back, they answer themselves now. Oscar Richardson now the leading possession on the ground, 22. Finlay Yo 20 and Riley Hay 21 for the Lions. So they get the ball out of the middle here. Subiaco, good defensive tackle. Morgan was effective. He found Krupi. Goes on that right half. Oh, leading this play. What a fantastic mark. Mark that down as one of the marks of the game there this afternoon. Quinton Bassett by hands found Artemis. Kicks the ball to centre half forward here. Ball's bubbling around in the forward pocket here. Kicking around the corner. And to tell you what, Reed Foot, he knows where their goals are by foot. He's nailed 4 goals, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And all of a sudden, the dam's bursted open here for the Sharks. They've already kicked 3-1 in this quarter, Subiaco. On the other hand, they've only kicked 1 point here. So the Sharks have been so dominant in the junior zones for so many years, over 20 to 30 years, these Fremantle. And it's put so much time and effort in the development program to East Fremantle there with the futures. And now the Colts. And that's showing now on where they stand in the proceedings in the Colts ladder. 27 points now, the advantage to East Fremantle, 10-14 to 6-5. 14 minutes to go in this game of footy. Second tap over, Cables Everlow, falls in hand of O'Brien. O'Brien down the line, that's a good telling mark to Subiaco, to Harper Robson, who kicked 1 in the third quarter. And a chance to convert his second and kick maybe Subiaco's 7th. It's 33 points to the way of the Sharks at the minute for this kick by Harper Robson. Left footer right behind this one. Geez, come off the toe of the boot, and defensive spoil by the Will Dersma. Looked like it was great. Mumming up down was Will Martin. Oh, he missed his targeting in. Good defensive tackle then by Boothie. Held up the contest. Well done by Boothie. Weight of the numbers with the Lions. Handball lateral was okay, but Boothie got his own footy. Found his teammate, Joshy Nathan, and he goes laterally and finds Wood. So Wood tees off. Oh, dropping an easy mark then was Boothie. Challenged by Subiaco there was Connor Lally. He finds his teammate by Croupier. He goes down the line. Good hard running this time by Tatati. Kicking the ball in the half-forward flank. Once again, the Sharks by lefties player, Willie Martin. Close to me, one of the best players on the ground, Will Martin. He's been solid. He's been the kind of the quarterback down to the defensive fifth of the East Fremantle this afternoon. And he's one of the reasons why they're up by 31 points. Ruck contest, 2 hands on it by Hannaford. They go forward to do the lines. Cramp at the back of the corner then by Ben Wood. Subiaco mopped down here. Or Mungle kick off the boot. He has enough time to settle. That's Jake Papp. He opens up the corridor this time to draw the play over the top. That player was Morgan. Morgan inside 50, peels the ears back. Oh, Mark in the end, no, dropped it and given away a free kick. And that player, once again, Will Martin, is the recipient of the free kick. They kick the ball down the line, maintaining possession here. Found Jed Abbott. Bit of wax on, wax off. He goes to Will Martin. He's brought his own footy this afternoon. Opens up the corridor, risky kick. Just in the end by Big Wood. Good execution of skills here by the Sharks. He found the big Richo. That's Oscar. He kicks the ball to a bit of space. The weighted kick was effective. He found Boothie. Boothie, a 1v2. Spall over the top. Subiaco player Pat running on the footy. Might have copped one high. Now he's in a bit of danger here. Ball's wrapped up under his body there. And the umpire said, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Young Pappy, and they'll throw the ball up. 45 metres out. Sharks up by 33. Beautiful, intelligent knock over the top was by Hannaford. And Marcus Motten, the player, Wood, good little sidestep. He found Richardson around the corner. And Pat mops up down back. Lays on quickly to Baron Hay. Oh, he dropped the soda. Sharks players have it. Way to numbers here. Well done by Pat. And also well done by Morgan. Burst his way through the pack there. Little chiseler down the line here. Just got enough distance. And Harrison Clifford marks. He finds a hard running Campbell Bishop. Trying to take a one-hander. Should have used 2 was Wood. Didn't like that. Lucky didn't give away a free kick. And he has in the end. No, the umpire said no. Play on. Lucky didn't away a free kick then. Came late, it was Abbott. Subia out through Morgan. Oh, good strong set of jukes. Thatcher Simmons, good mark. It's been one of the best for the Lions. She'll kick it short to the Subiaco player to the left. Absolutely burnt him in the end. I was thinking, apart from Pereira. Oh, good smother off the ball by Fawcett. With the Sharks, 1, 2, 3, could take a raffle. One of those was Jed Abbott. Used that trusting left foot. And there's the man of the moment in Will Martin. And found the Will Dersma lookalike there in Marcus Motten. If he turns anyway like Dersma, I think the Sharks will be pretty happy. That's pretty ordinary off the boot. Smother, he should have really just let go out of bounds with the new slingshot rule, but didn't think in the end, so it's a boundary line throw in under 9 minutes to go. Sharks comfortably up front by 33 points here at HIF Oval here in Joondalup. All over the top was Campbell Bishop. He's now down. The Sharks racked up in a tackle here. Ball's going nowhere. Umpires says give the ball to me for a ball up. Had a few of those this afternoon. Stretching out that left hamstring there is Ben Wood. Moving pretty gingerly to the left. He's got those purple boots on. Sticks out like the proverbial. Going through traffic. Below his knees was the Subiaco playing Lally. He's wrapped up in a defensive tackle then by Isaac Boothie. He's been a very good player for the Sharks. Haven't been too many passengers for them this afternoon. Through traffic. Wrapped up in a tackle. Gang tackle by was Holbrook. And picking up off the ground was Hannaford, the opposition ruckman. So good to see the ruckman lay a few tackles on. So Hannaford doing the ruck work again. Gets the fist out. Subiaco player was O'Brien. Subiaco player Helwood didn't have it. Was Campbell Bishop. He's been solid. Crow in the background here, probably hunting one of the hot chips I can smell in the grandstand. Oh, good mark in the front. There he is, the Duursma lookalike. Marcus Motton. Been solid, centre half back. Motton kicks the ball down the line and finds Yippee-Yo. That's Finlay Yo. Yo kicks the ball, hugging the boundary line here. Still in play, pretty intelligent in the end by Holbrook. He founds Ryan Perari. He goes laterally. It's effective. He found Benji Beck. And Benji Beck, turnover city. The Sharks have it. Kicked a bit of space here on his non-preferred. Oh, roving front and centre was sensational. Well done by Basic. Handball's okay. Found his team as Martimus. Martimus goes one way, goes the other. Thought it might have been touched off the boot. It wasn't. Weight of numbers here with Subiaco, but socket off the ground, and Telegy followed in his own footy. Little check side kick. Thought it was play then for a minute. Oh, socket up there. Subiaco still keeping the ball in the play, and finally a rush behind there by Jake Pape for a minor score here to the Sharks. They are 10-15, 75 to 6-5, 41. Good mark over the top. That's one of the highlight reels. Good mark then, Simmons, who goes straight up the corridor, but one of the players here from East Fremantle has been caught in the midriff there by, might be the Subiaco player in Hinchcliffe. Giving the old stomach little bit of a tickler there at centre half back. And unfortunately, the umpire was in the right spot, saw it, and turnover here. So the Sharks have it. And they kick the ball here to Hannaford. By handball to space. Abbott found his teammate. And at the moment, they're playing with Subiaco. Low his eyes, a bit of space, pretty ordinary kick off the boot. Subiaco have the numbers through traffic, well done, backed himself. It was Pat. Ball comes to the ground, numbers around the contest. On his hands and knees, had the call. Subiaco player got ragdoll from behind. Kick off the ground there by Jed Abbott. Oh, good courageous mark here by Subiaco. Umpire didn't pay it. Picking up the ball below his knees was windscreen Sammy O'Brien. He's been pushed over the boundary line. The umpire says, give the ball to me. So the Sharks will win this one. They'll go 2 for 2. Subiaco will go 0-2, losing to East Perth last week by 18 points. And they'll lose again this afternoon to East Fremantle, who have started well in the EGT. 2026 WAFL Colts competition. Shallow throw in by that boundary umpire, but well read by Powdery. Goes on his left foot. Ball's on the ground here. Richardson put a bit of defensive pressure on the Subiaco. The handballs, they've missed so many targets here this afternoon. They're mopping up, well done by Subiaco. Handball over the top was no good. Defensive pressure by the Sharks was effective, but good hard running though by Benji Beck. He tried to find Pat. The weight of numbers with East Fremantle here. Handball by Nathan was good. He goes back and gets it again. Now lowers his eyes to centre half forward, and beautiful kick. Lace out, silver service to the big ruckman come key forward in Alex Powdery. And Powdery is a chance to kick goal number 2 and to have another lick of the ice cream. He had one of those in the second quarter. Can he have another one? Just under 3 minutes to go in this game of footy. Alex Powdery leans back on this. He's going to fall short here. I tell you what, out of a pocket. Don't tell me he's kicked it. Don't tell me. He has. James Artemis, another contender for the EGT goal of the day. Artemis tucked so delicately in that pocket. He had traffic running at him. Didn't panic. Had the opportunity to kick the ball, and he kicked it to perfection. And the Sharks get another one. So middle of the ground, last 2 minutes here. Been a good game by the Sharks. (26) scoring shots to 11. Such a been the dominance of East Fremantle since quarter time. And we're in the middle of the ground once again. Good ruck work this time by Campbell Bishop. But the Sharks set up defensively down back. Good through traffic. Didn't panic with Singleton. And he went laterally to Marcus Motton. Call him Marcus Dersma Motton, because he's the absolute image of Will. So the Sharks have it. They kick the ball down the line there, a bit of distance with the kick. Roving it, good effort. Bit of body contact by Armourwood and forces the boundary line throw in. But been a good day in the office by the Sharks. Good team effort by them. They have come out to play here in round 2 of this Super Colts round at HIF Arena. Subiaco chain of handballs found Pereri. Good bit of pace. Draws the play over the top. Going to get the 1-2 back. No, he doesn't. Now kept on running here. Subiaco a bit unsure on the corridor. Pereri's going to get it again because he wanted it and demanded it. Kicks the ball a bit of space. Socket off the ground. Intelligent there, but it might be Lassie back in. Unfortunately, by Marcus Dersman Motton. Play on here to 4 set. Goes down to centre half forward, put his head in the hole, has done all afternoon, has been Nathan back, the man of the moment, Will Martin. And Will Martin just hooked a ball on his boot. Subiaco challenged the handball, should be holding the footy. And that is all she wrote. The siren will sound, and there she is. East Fremantle, 11-15-81. Subiaco 6-5-41, a margin of exactly 40 points. Goal scorers, Foot 4, Richardson 2, Artemis Nathan, Powderly Wood, Yo 1 for the Sharks, and for Subiaco, Simmons 2, Fawcett, Perari, Robson and Young 1 each for Subiaco. But since quarter time, Sharks far, far too good, 11-15 to 6-5. Signing off here, the next game we're calling is 2:15 at Fremantle versus Perth. The Sharks too good here for the Lions.